Ever notice how a Gemini can vanish emotionally while still sitting right in front of you? No fight, no warning, no explanation. Just gone. That wasn't moodiness. That was code execution. People think Gemini dark psychology is loud, manipulative, obvious, dramatic. That's wrong. Gemini dark psychology is quiet. It doesn't announce itself. It runs in the background like software you never agreed to install. And the most dangerous part? Even Geminis don't always know when it activates. Stay until the end, because the final switch I'll reveal is the one that makes people swear you changed overnight, when in reality, this was always there. Gemini doesn't have one mind. It has two processing layers. Layer 1 is what you see. Charming, curious, talkative, emotionally light. Layer 2? Silent, analytical, detached. While you're talking, that second mind is scanning. Tone, inconsistencies, power dynamics, emotional leverage. Not to hurt you, to protect itself. Dark psychology begins the moment the observer mind decides. This environment is no longer safe. Other signs explode. Gemini disconnects. No argument. No emotional display. No closure. That's because Gemini doesn't fight threats emotionally. It reroutes. The moment trust drops below a certain level, the system doesn't negotiate. It cuts access. That's why people say, they changed. They became cold. They disappeared. No, you just lost clearance. Gemini dark psychology doesn't look dark. That's why it works. Behavior 1, over politeness. When a Gemini becomes too calm, too nice, the exit plan is already written. Behavior 2, strategic curiosity. They ask questions not to connect, but to map your weaknesses. Behavior 3, emotional delay. They don't react in real time. They store data, react later, or never. By the time you realize something's wrong, Gemini already moved on mentally. Gemini doesn't ghost. Ghosting is emotional. Gemini phases out. First, less emotional investment. Second, shorter responses. Third, neutral tone. Final, total detachment. And here's the brutal truth. When Gemini disappears, it's not impulsive. It's pre-processed. The goodbye happened weeks ago. You just weren't informed. Every Gemini has a shadow version. This is the version that stops explaining, stops caring how they're perceived, stops softening their words. Not cruel, efficient. The shadow Gemini emerges when they realize being understood costs more than it's worth. This is why some people fear Geminis without knowing why. They've felt this energy before. Gemini dark psychology isn't about manipulation. It's about mental sovereignty. When Gemini senses control, limitation, or emotional pressure, it doesn't fight. It withdraws consciousness. The body stays. The mind leaves. And once that happens, there is no argument that brings it back. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, you're not alone. Subscribe. This channel doesn't sugarcoat minds that scare people. Gemini was never unpredictable. You just didn't know the code was running.